गुड इवनिंग, नमस्कार। आप सभी का स्वागत है। फिर से हम एक कल के प्रॉमिस के बाद आज आपके समक्ष उपस्थित हैं, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से परिस्थितियां बदल रही हैं और जिस तरीके से क्वेरीज आ रही हैं हमारे पास, डेफिनेटली हमें क्विक रिस्पांस देना हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। क्योंकि अभी भी जो बच्चों के, जो पेरेंट्स के रिस्पांस हैं, जिस तरीके से हमसे पूछा जाता है कि शेड्यूल नहीं मिला अब तक, ये बहुत ही प्रॉब्लम की बात है। क्योंकि इससे हो सकता है कि लेवल 1 के एग्जामिनेशन में एब्सेंटीज जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएं। तो एक बात मैं आपसे सबसे रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगा कि प्लीज़ आप, क्योंकि एटलीस्ट एक स्कूल से एक या दो पार्टिसिपेंट तो जुड़ ही जाता है, तो डेफिनेटली आप प्लीज़ इन वीडियो को शेयर किया कीजिए। क्योंकि जिस तरीके से चीज़ें पहुंच नहीं पा रही हैं, तो ये सारे माध्यम हैं जिनसे होके हम सब तक पहुंचा सकते हैं ये बात, और एग्जाम का शेड्यूल सब तक पहुंचा सकते हैं। सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज हमारे लिए आज यही है, इसलिए हमें रोज आना पड़ रहा है। बेशक डिफरेंट डिफरेंट मोटिव, डिफाइंड मोटिव उस पर्टिकुलर डेज के लिए होता है, लेकिन एक कॉमन मोटिव ये भी है कि कैसे लोगों तक हमारी बात, शेड्यूल जो है वो पहुंचे। विक्रम सिंह जी, गुड इवनिंग। कैसे हैं आप लोग? प्लीज कमेंट बॉक्स में जरूर बताइएगा। परिस्थितियां सुधर रही हैं कोरोना के बाद की, बट फिर भी सतर्क रहने की जरूरत है, और आगे हम चीजें डिस्कस करते रहेंगे। आज जो पर्टिकुलर मोटिव हमारा रखा गया था कि फ्रेंच स्टूडेंट्स के लिए हम एक वर्कशॉप दें, और उसके लिए हमने एक, यहाँ पे एकेडमी है, लैंग्वेज स्कूल है बेसिकली वो, और लगभग हर एक लैंग्वेजेस की वहाँ पे अच्छी एजुकेशन, वहाँ पे क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन बहुत अच्छी दी जाती है, और हमारे एसोसिएट्स भी हैं वो एक। तो हमने उनसे आग्रह किया, उसके बाद चीज़ों को हम लेके आए हैं। द इम्पैक्ट लैंग्वेज एकेडमी एक संस्था है जिससे हमने ये बात की है, क्योंकि बहुत ही ऐसे बच्चे हैं जिनके पास गाइडिंग फोर्स नहीं है। क्योंकि स्कूल 1.5 साल, 1.25 साल के आसपास बंद हैं, और प्रॉपर इंतजाम वहाँ पे नहीं है, चाहे वो कितना भी बड़ा स्कूल कहीं का भी क्यों ना हो। तो बात आती है कि अब हमें स्पेलिंग बी का एग्जाम उनसे लेना है, उनको एग्जाम में अपीयर कराना है। तो कैसे उनसे बेस्ट हम उनको प्रिपेयर कराएं, जिस तरीके से भी संभव हो उनको इस काबिल बनाएं कि जो जिस मोटिव से वो पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं वो फुलफिल हो। उसके लिए हमने द इम्पैक्ट लैंग्वेज एकेडमी के डायरेक्टर हैं हमारे साथ, नंता गुप्ता। आज हम उनसे जानेंगे कि फ्रेंच की तैयारी कैसे करें, और फिर उसके बाद हम अपने जो भी उनसे जो डिस्कशन के बाद जो फाइनल स्वरूप आया है, एक कैप्सूल कोर्स हमने 1 वीक का लॉन्च करने की प्लानिंग की है, based on demand of several parents across the globe, because we are running in 21 country altogether. So this is our prime responsibility to cater all kind of need of the students. So definitely हम उसके बारे में भी जानेंगे। पहले हम आते हैं वर्कशॉप पे। एमएस नंता गुप्ता जी।
Alors, bonjour à tous et toutes. Moi, je m'appelle Nandita. As yesterday, we both promised to you that today we are going to organize a French specially workshop for our French participants for the Super Speller, International Spelling Bee Competition 2021. So as per the promise, we are all here. So I'm very happy that the Impact Language Academy and of course in collaboration with Hope Foundation has given me this opportunity to interact with my participants, especially for the Super Speller 2021. So before I will commence with, I hope, all my participants, those who have participated in French can listen to me well. If you have any query regarding anything, what I am talking to you, and please write your query in the private chat box. And I just would like to request you all that this is an interactive session. So please don't be quiet. Please make it interactive. Ask the questions if you want to ask anything, it's nothing like, so let's start with. So as you know, in the French Super Speller competition 2021, we have 4 groups, and we have the classes starting from class 1 to class 8. So I would like to emphasize on particular things before I will commence with. First of all, I'm not here to teach you French. I mean, starting from the very, class 1 to class 8, if I'm talking about, the teaching stuff. So the teaching stuff, already your teachers are doing a great job. So teachers are there in whatever mode, they are teaching you fantastically. So I'm not here to teach you French. My job is to make you understand the the kind of twists and turns the one can put in the language, French language, so that we can expect the sort of questions which are totally based on the spellings. I hope everybody, to everyone, I'm audible and clearly to understand with. It's a request again. If you have any query, please write your query in the chat box so that I can, solve the same simultaneously. And please, this should be an interactive session. So first of all, I would like to talk about my, to my junior ones, those who are very new with the language. So, as far as my knowledge is concerned, the Gulf countries, even normally the French language, foreign language, starts from either class 1 or class 3. So it hardly makes any difference. If I'm talking about class 1 and 2, they are quite beginners. And in our case, we combine class 1 and 2 in the group 1. So, children, if you are listening to me, uh, look, when you start with a language, when the smaller ones start with a language, foreign language, they are super duper excited, because language is something not like you're going to mug up the grammatical concepts, like the verb and the tenses and the adverbs and the the way to use in the sentence, etc., etc. But language is a beautiful thing in terms of having new doors opening to a new world. Means it just like a take a deep dive into the world of civilization of any of the language, whether it is a French or a German. Even I would say I don't know English even. So language is a amalgamation, is a mixture of lots of things. Grammar, of course, is important when it comes to speaking. Okay, when it comes to express yourself, language is a mode of communication. So whatever you are speaking, it has to be crystal clear. Otherwise, definitely you will not be able to convey your thoughts to the person in front of you. So coming back to the French, well, tiny tots. Our tiny tots, beginners class 1 and 2. So the children, when you start in the class, you must have noticed, your teacher must have started with, because it's been 6 months you are teaching, you are learning French online, maybe offline, I'm not sure about the same. Well, offline, if I'm talking about, as such, normally the teacher starts with the French alphabets. Okay. Well, I'm not having any question in the chat box. So, I just would like to okay. I got one question. Very good. I just welcome any sort of question, how stupid it can be. I don't mind at all. Avika is asking, ma'am, I don't have any book to prepare for French spell bee group 4. Please recommend a book to prepare for the exam. Avika, books are lots of books are there. And if you're in the school, definitely you must have your curriculum book. I hope you are studying from some sort of work. Rather, I will tell you some of the precise topics which you can prepare for the group 4. Means you are falling into the class 7th, either in class 7th or 8th. Okay. So I would like to start from the very beginner. Good. Ask the questions. French alphabets. So when it comes to alphabets, your teacher must have told you what is the importance of learning French alphabets when you start with a language. Or you must have asked the same question from your teacher. So it's very important. When you learn the alphabets, then definitely you can merge the pronunciation of the alphabets to make a word. Okay. And with the word, you will gradually move on to the paragraph and so on and so on. Now, when it comes to French, the pronunciation is definitely different. And in French, whatever you write, you will not speak the same. Okay, so when it comes to beginners, like the pronunciation, I'm just giving you a very small, kind of idea, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, E, J, K, L, and so on. Okay, so you are seeing the pronunciation like A in English, but A in French. Now, the point is how you can exploit the same in spell bee. Now, for example, we are going to give you again give an image, like any image, like ash, maybe H is ash. So maybe we can manipulate the pronunciation of the alphabet, like it is not ash. It will not like the way you will read it. It will not sound like ash. Something else. Okay, like if I will remove a from the ash, then it will become ash, and the meaning of the ash is absolutely different. So this is okay. Another question. One example I had given in the French alphabets concern, because I have to cover all of the topics in a minor stuff. So, the name is not given. HSJS. Please, you can write your name. No problem. Please be frank with me. Is anthrogen. Anthrogen is for the ninth and 10th. So I think it's a very high level. We in French super speller, we are dealing from class 1 to 8. So if you are talking about anthrogen, it is for the ninth and 10th, and it's a very high level. In that case, you are quite comfortable with the language. So back to the topic. So for the beginners, I told you about the French alphabets. Now, next important topic, which usually our teacher takes, is French expressions, which are very, very important. When you meet some person, definitely you want to talk to him or her. Like if I'm talking to you in the when we started the conversation, I started with bonjour à tous à toutes, means a very good not morning, we can say right now, we can say bonsoir à tous à toutes, good evening to all, all the boys and the girls. Okay, tous à toutes. This is something a level high, so I can say bonjour or bonsoir à tous. So like that, we have lots of expressions in French. Like for example, we take the example of the expression bonne nuit, which stands for good night. Okay, now the spelling of the bonne nuit is BONNENUIT. Now, how we can exploit this expression when it comes to the spellings? Okay, so somebody is sharing something with us. Well, uh, continue. So, bonne nuit, how can I exploit the same bonne nuit in my spell bee? Now, bonne nuit, the alphabets of bonne nuit can be scrambled, can be chopped. Okay, the alphabets can be missed in between of the particular word. Like bone, I can miss my O, I can miss my N. Okay, and similarly with ennui, I can miss my U, I can miss my T. So these three ways, whatever I told you in concern of bone nui, are very, very common when it comes to the spellings. Because in three of the ways, somehow, somewhere, you should know the spelling of bone nui, then only you can guess and you can fill up, whether you can arrange, whether you can combine. Because I gave you three examples, scrambling, cutting, and definitely missing the alphabet within the word. Okay, so when it comes to the spelling bee, it's not only writing, it can be pronunciation even. Like if I say bon nuit, maybe bonsoir, maybe you must have studied the salutations like salutation. So I can even, salutations, I can play with the salutations in terms of like you want to know the name of someone, like comment vous appelez-vous. I think the students are also aware of the formal and informal. So when it comes to the question, comment vous appelez, which is the formal method of asking the name, I can manipulate with the verb appeler in terms of spellings. You get it? So we have lots of questions. Comment vous appelez-vous? Où habitez-vous? Quel âge avez-vous? Quelle est votre nationalité? Ça va? So I can play this sort of thing. Now, beginners, the third important topic which we usually exploit with our tiny tots, junior ones, beginners, is French counting. Now, French counting, probably 1 to 20, probably 1 to 10. So, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this, I can exploit it again. Like, I can give you an image. Okay, image along with the three of the terms. So you can recognize. So when it comes to the beginner level, it is also something visual perceptions you have to, you should recognize. Like it is not only with the counting, it is even with the expression. So if I'm going to give you an image, you should know that how to recognize. Maybe with the image, I will give you three options. Okay, maybe mingled, maybe chopped, or maybe something else, and you have to recognize. Okay, so this is something, we are talking about the tiny tots. I will not take much time for the beginners. So basically, beginners not only studied French alphabets, French expressions, French counting, even they are, they must have studied the verb être, the verb avoir, the pronouns they must have studied, and they must have studied the nationalities. And in French, it's very, very, what should I say? It's very enjoyable to play with the language when it comes to French. Like we have masculine singular forms, we have masculine plural forms, we have feminine singular forms, we have feminine plural forms along with the exceptions. I'm not getting the questions, please. Questions, please. It's not wise to speak continuously. I don't know whether my children are understanding or not. So please, the questions are most welcoming. So please, ask the questions. Now, some Tapshir Khan, very nice. He's asking, how can we join for learning French? Definitely, Akhir May, at the end of the show, the Team Who Foundation member will tell you how you can have, how you can learn more about the language. But I'm repeatedly requesting and saying to all my participants that I'm not here to teach you. You should be fully equipped and fully, understand the language concept. And when it comes to the French, particularly I'm talking about, you should be aware of the formal, informal, masculine, feminine, singular, and plural, because these are the key concepts, has to be applied in every of the concept further, whether it is nationalities, whether it is adjectives, whether it is professions, whether it is sort of verbs of three categories, er, ir, or re. I can exploit the way I want. Naman Srivastava, a very Boswa, miss you. So, well, proceed further. So, beginners, I hope they must have studied at least these three sort of topics. So, I think I should proceed further with the group 2. Now, group 2, class 3 and 4. Now, class 3 and 4, definitely they must have studied the verb être, verb avoir. Être is mr to be. It's a basic, helping verb. Like in English, we have is mr helping verbs. In French, these are the building, blocks, the building blocks, the basic verbs of French. Now, the question arises how we can exploit this two verb when it comes to the spellings. Okay, because my emphasis is on spellings. Now, when it comes to être, I think if you are equipped with the pronunciation, je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. So particularly, even I can play. I can play with my pronouns. Pronouns, like in English, we have. In French, we have pronouns like je, tu, il, elle, nouveau, ils, ils. Okay. Now it's now the pronunciation of il and ill. It's ils. We don't pronounce s, so the pronunciation is same. So again, I can play, with these two sorts of pronouns like il and ils. Now pronunciation is same. I can give you a condition like recognize the masculine plural pronoun. You choose the correct option for the masculine plural pronoun. So you should be know that how to make a plural in French. Even it is the presence of the s at the end of the given, maybe pronoun, maybe noun, anything, any sort of pronoun. Even the verbs, the corresponding verbs has to be conjugated in accordance with the masculine, feminine, singular, and plural. Look, I'm not here to teach you. For example, if I'm talking about nous sommes, like in the verb être, som, I can give you and I can play with the spelling. Like I can give you SOMES, I can give you SOMMES, I can give you something else. Okay, so you should know that how to conjugate my verb être using the pronoun nous. Even I can play with nous because NOUS is the spelling and S we don't pronounce. So even I can play with my pronoun. You get it? So you should know that how we can manipulate the language. But ultimately the person who know about the language knows exactly what he or she expecting from you, and definitely the student who knows the nuances, the minor points of the language, he or she also knows that what the teacher is expecting from him or her. Accordingly, he or she will respond or choose the option. I hope you are understanding. Avika Varshnay, okay, yes, ma'am. So I hope a few of the students maybe are understanding what exactly I want to convey. Again, I'm not teaching you, I'm just teaching you the tactics which you can apply to twist the given grammatical concept or a noun on the, in the sort of questions depends solely, totally on spellings. Okay. Now, comes to the vocabulary. Obviously, starting from the very beginning, when you proceed to the classes further, your vocabulary bank, vocabulary bank of the language gets enriched. Okay, so it's very easy to play with the language. It's very easy. Like for teachers, I know they can play very well, and no, not grammar I'm talking about. To make a question paper is a different deal. It's all based on the grammar and all. How to pronounce almanac in French? Definitely, I will tell you, but almanac is something you are writing in English, I hope, Tapshir Khan. Well, so the point is, teachers are very expert, definitely, to make a question paper which is based on spelling. Our expertise is to convert those grammatical concepts to frame the questions based on spellings. Now, for example, I would like to come back to spell stuff. Like if I'm going to give you a image, moving image, like a GIF, I'm going to give you. Like in that image, even like a GIF, like a moment is there, like some sort of moment is there, like some person is leaving from the home or something like that. Just imagine some person is leaving from the home. So basically, the options could be over, the options could be bonne année, the option could be bon voyage. So according to the GIF, even you have to recognize the given expression. Now the question arises that where is the spelling even? Array, you should know that what is bon voyage, what is au revoir, what is another sort of expression. Then even you can recognize or you can relate the given gif with a given expression. Okay. Now, verb, I told you about, like taking the example of verb eighth. I told you how we manipulate. Now it comes to the like nationalities. So when we talk about the class 3 and 4, so they are exposed to few of the nationalities like Indian, like Italian, like German, and maybe French. So, okay, let's take the example of French. Now, French is very interesting here to discuss because we can, manipulate here as per the spelling. Because Francais is something like Francais is something like S is having this S is the presence in the singular form even and in the plural form even, isn't it? So it is an exceptional basically nationality. Okay, so it's very very easy to trap our children in terms of like we are going to give you a singular form and we are asking for a plural form. So again you have to play with the spelling. Either the answer that you have to keep the word same from the singular to plural, because the question is asking to convert the singular form to the plural form. I hope you're understanding if I'm talking about the Francais, those who know French, those who know what are the exceptions when it comes to the nationalities. And definitely the name of the countries. Even we can give you a flag. Okay, so you have to recognize that which country's flag is there. Okay, although when it comes to the name of the countries in French, they do not have like masculine feminine, they simply take the definite articles. Okay, definite articles many of you must be aware of. Okay, so but when it comes to nationalities, either we can go from what should I say, like if I make a column. Okay, so masculine singular, masculine plural, feminine singular, feminine plural. So either we can play with the language like going from masculine singular to feminine plural, either we can also come from feminine singular to masculine plural. It depends. And in that quest, definitely the spellings will vary. You get it? So this is some sort of techniques we keep in our mind. I hope. Well, no question is coming. I'm expecting some sort of questions. Uh, okay. Well, so this concept of masculine, feminine, singular, and plural applies to many of the concepts when it comes to French. Like the way I told you, taking the example of French in nationalities. Similarly, in the beginners level, you study few nationalities, 5 to 6 nationalities. But when it proceeds further, you are going to have a more of the complicated forms and more of the varied forms of nationalities. Okay, so after that, we usually study our adjectives. Okay, now adjectives are very very versatile. Adjectives has lot of exceptions. Like if I'm talking about mince, if you know thin, mince, that is a kind of an adjective which remains same in masculine singular and feminine singular. Even masculine plural form will remain same as feminine plural. Mince in masculine singular, and of course in feminine singular, and putting s will become a masculine plural even here in masculine form and the feminine plural. So again, reduction or addition, this is something also we manipulate, or we do sort of when it comes to the spellings. Another form, it is not only French we are emphasized on, just like 10%, I would also like to take something like English. We can also take some sort of English. Like we can give you some sort of English words to you, like book and a pen. If I'm talking about the beginner. So book and a pen, you should know how to write book and pen in French. Okay, so we can give you 4 of the spellings or 3 of the spellings. So you have to recognize which spelling is correct, and this you can do only when you have your vocabulary power. When you know that how to write book and pen in French, then only you can guess the correct spelling out of the 3 options. Otherwise you will keep on juggling that. First of all, okay, I get to know an idea कि हाँ उसको स्टीलो बोलते हैं या उसको कहिए बोलते हैं या लीव्र बोलते हैं हम लोग. बट अगर मैं इफ आई एम गिविंग यू 3 sort of spellings for 2 of the words and you do not know, या अच्छा बोलते तो ये हैं बट स्पेलिंग क्या है, तो डेफिनेटली आप यू विल बी ट्रैप्ड. आई होप यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. सो इस तरह से भी हम वोकैबुलरी के साथ प्ले वोकैबुलरी के साथ प्ले हम इमेज के थ्रू भी कर सकते हैं, हम लोग जिफ के थ्रू भी कर सकते हैं, वी कैन डू विद जिफ इवन. एंड हम वोकैबुलरी को तोड़ भी सकते हैं, हम उसमें से अल्फ़ाबेट्स भी निकाल सकते हैं, और भी बहुत बहुत तरीके हैं वोकैबुलरी को एक्सपोज करने के. और इसके अलावा हम डायलॉग भी करते हैं, उसमें से हम डायलॉग मिस कर देते हैं या फिर डायलॉग के अल्फ़ाबेट्स को मिस कर देते हैं. ऐसा भी कुछ मतलब हम कर सकते हैं. एनीथिंग कैन बी पॉसिबल. इट डिपेंड करता है एक्सपर्टीज पे कि बंदा क्या है. बट पूरा एम्फोसाइज यहाँ पर यही होता है कि आपको ग्रामर नहीं मिलेगा कि भाई मैं आपको प्रोनाउंस दे दूं. इफ आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू प्रोनाउंस, लाइक मैंने आपको 5 प्रोनाउन दे दिए, लाओ जी कॉन्जुगेट करो एथर और अफवार को, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मुझे कॉन्जुगेट नहीं कराना आपसे. मुझे ये देखना है कि आई वुड लाइक टू सी कि अगर आप एक गिवन प्रोनाउन को अफवार के साथ कॉन्जुगेट कर रहे हैं, लाइक बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है एथ और अफवार में, वी कैन ट्रैप आवर चिल्ड्रन वेरी वेल. तो यहाँ पर मैं ये भी बताना चाहूँगी कि ये एक बहुत ही अच्छा तरीका है, मतलब जगल करने का लैंग्वेज के साथ, मतलब फाइट करने का, आई शुड से, बिकॉज सिंपली लैंग्वेज फ्रेंच इज ब्यूटिफुल. फ्रेंच इज something like from the core of the heart, it's a beautiful language to learn. Any language is beautiful to learn, but French is something like I myself cherished a lot, and definitely what I expect from my children even, and I'm blessed to have very very good children, those who are excellent and absolutely fantastic when it comes to the language, and they know how the teacher is going to manipulate or make to make them trap. So we were talking about the verb like eighth and nafar. I'm talking about for my junior ones like class 3 and 4, or maybe 5, because they just studied the basic verbs like eighth, ahwar, or maybe ale, not more than that. So but the criteria will remain same. If I'm going to talk about like year ending verbs, okay, year ending को conjugate करने का we have only one method, that is for sure. बट पॉइंट इज कि जिस तरीके से मैं एत्र अहवार और आले को मैनिपुलेट कर रही हूँ, मैं उनको भी मैनिपुलेट कर सकती हूँ. और when it comes to the higher level, if I'm talking about the class 7th and 8th, I got a query from my class 7th, somebody was asking something. So when it comes to the class 8, definitely children, you are exposed to er, you are exposed to ir, and few re verbs you are exposed to. So it's very very easy to trap you, very very easy to trap you, because when it comes to the higher standards, definitely variety will be more, and when there is more variety, you have more choices. सो उस केस में अगर देखा जाए तो बेसिकली हमारे पास बहुत चॉइसेस हो जाती है, एक्सपर्ट के पास बहुत चॉइसेस हो जाती है कि बच्चों को कैसे ट्रैप करना है. मतलब इट्स डोंट टेक इट अदरवाइज लाइक वी आर ट्रैपिंग यू, इट्स नॉट ट्रैपिंग एट ऑल. प्लीज डोंट यूज दीज वर्ड्स अदरवाइज, एंड मैम इज यूजिंग ट्रैपिंग एंड एक्सप्लॉइट. दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ लैंग्वेज वी यूजुअली यूज, बट इसका मतलब नेगेटिव कुछ नहीं है. ट्रैप इन द सेंस कि डेफिनेटली कॉम्पिटिशंस इसलिए कराए जाते हैं, इसलिए ऑर्गेनाइज किए जाते हैं कि बच्चे जो हैं, मतलब क्या करें, मतलब थोड़ा टिकल होना चाहिए ना ब्रेन में, मतलब यू शुड थिंक ओवर, अरे ये ऐसे है, अच्छा ये ऐसे भी हो सकता है, वी कैन ऑल्सो डू दिस थिंग लाइक दैट वे. सो when you take part in the competitions, then only you will get those ideas. Okay, this topic can be exploited like this. Okay, we are just tired of learning grammar. Grammar is something like writing the verbs, converting the sentences, interrogative, negative, and all. Okay, fine, it's okay. But at the same time, any language, okay, particularly French, the one I can, I mean, it's so many things are there to exploit the language. So many exploit in the sense we can modify the language or as per the need. Like here we are dealing with the spellings. So as per the need, the spellings, we have to we have to modify our concept the way we want. Like if you have a clay, okay, so you can make a toy, you can make you can make a pot maybe, or maybe you can make a flower. It depends on your need, what you want. So like you have a topic, but it depends how you want to use it. You want to use it according to the grammar, you want to use it according to the spellings, you want to use it according to the vocabulary. Even if I want, I can use my vocabulary, like in our one of the competition, which is vocab masters challenge. I'm sorry, I'm little diverting from the topic. We are not focusing at all on the spellings, we are not focusing on the alphabets, not at all. We are focusing on the whole of the word, which is a vocabulary. So competitions are different, language is same. Spelling bee is totally based on spelling, so we are going to exploit our English concepts there. Vocabulary masters challenge, we are going to exploit our vocabulary English, in the same. When it comes to French, even we can exploit our French vocabulary according to the competition. Now, back to the spellings. So, we have talked about alphabets, countings, expressions, we talked about the verbs. Now, verbs for my senior ones, like in class 7th and 8th, I told you कि जो हमारे बड़े बच्चे हैं उनको एक्सपोजर ज़्यादा मिलता है, वो ज़्यादा पढ़ चुके हैं. तो अगर जितना मैं जानती हूँ फ्रेंच के बारे में, उन्होंने अब तक ई आर के साथ साथ आई आर भी पढ़ा होगा, आर ई की भी कुछ वर्ब्स उन्होंने पढ़ी होंगी. ओके, सो कुछ जो कंफर्म इतना जितना मैं समझ पा रही हूँ. So the point is now when it comes to now, so we have discussed about the professions, we have discussed about the nationalities. मैंने आपको बताया कि किस तरीके से आप right to left या left to right जा सकते हैं, like E S manipulate कर सकते हैं. Even when it comes to the nationalities like Indian, je suis indien, je suis indienne, so it is double N basically. Je suis italien, je suis italienne. So you have to throw the word, but it is not so like in the case of other nationalities like Belge. If you're taking about Belge is also an exception. Okay, so there are certain nationalities which where you don't have to juggle that what is the spelling. They are straightforward, like grammatically you must know that the alphabet, that any noun having E at the end is considered to be as a femina, except exceptions. Okay, apart from that, when it comes to the class 6th, 7th and 8th, basically we have lots more other topic. Like in the class 8, you must have studied about the time. You must have studied about the time, that how to express time in French. So time we can also manipulate. We can show you a clock. We can give you a certain time. In the certain time, we can manipulate the words. Okay, so you should find out that what the clock depicts, the correct option is there or not. Okay, now the correct option, you can choose one option out of the three, but rather I can give you very closely knitted three options. So you should know that how to express time in French. At the same time, you should know the spellings of the corresponding things in terms of hour, minutes, countings. Of course, you should know 1 to 60 counting. When it comes to the higher ones, you should know the counting 1 to 100. And of course, your teacher must have taught you how to write 200, 300, 400, 1000, 2000, and so on. So apart from the counting, you have certain grammatical topics like now when it comes to the topic, even our junior ones have lots of other varieties in terms of months of the year, days of the week, colors we exploit like anyone. Okay, and now culture and civilization, very important topic. I forget to skip discuss about the same. When it comes to the beginner level, you just have like what is the capital of France, and name two breads, name two monuments. So civilization even we can exploit, like for our senior ones, like when is the French national festival is there, like the two rivers of France. So even there we can give you some sort of image, and with the names, like in terms of nouns, if you're talking about, we can manipulate it. Now making questions, now you must have studied, like this junior ones and the senior ones even must have studied about what is this and what are these for the living and the non-living, which is qu'est-ce que c'est and qui est, c'est, ce sont. There even we can manipulate lots of things. So I'm not getting the questions from anyone. Tabshir Khan's questions were the last one. Any query? Sir, may I know how many people are connected with us?
Yes, ma'am. There are 13 people watching ours.
Okay, there are 13 people.
13
so
people watching. Yes. As
okay,
of now.
fine. As of now. Okay,
It's
so
keep updating each other.
okay, so well, you just talk to the students because the questions are not pouring in. So it's a request to from all of the listeners if they want to ask some sort of question, because yesterday we are getting lots of queries that how to prepare for the French
Yeah,
spelling.
because this one is especially for the French only. That's why I think
Yeah, but only
the number
13
of
people
audience is
are
very
connected
less.
so far. But
Yeah,
13 people only are connected so far. Okay, no problem. And how many people, live, if you can little, update me.
right now 9 people are watching us.
Okay, fine. So I would like to, you wanna share something in connection with the French capsule courses with our audiences. If you wanna discuss the same, you can. Whether in between, please, questions are welcome. Please ask questions. If you will not ask, well, this session is especially for the French participants for the French Super Speller Competition 2021. And it's a request to please share the video as much as you can. And if you have any query, please ask. It's a request again. Over to you, sir. If you wanna, you want to discuss something with the audiences, so please, you can take your time little in between.
या डेफिनेटली मैं आज
Thank you.
जितने भी पार्टिसिपेंट हैं फ्रेंच के लिए उनमें या तो ये बहुत ही उदासीनता है कि वो कनेक्ट नहीं हुए या फिर उनके पास इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं पहुंच पाई या फिर वो इंटरेस्टेड नहीं थे, बहुत सारे कारण हो सकते हैं। बट फ्रॉम होप फाउंडेशन मैं ये बताना चाहूँगा आपको कि जो भी हमारा द इम्पैक्ट एकेडमी के साथ एसोसिएशन के बाद जो कंक्लूजन निकला है, उसमें हम 3 तरह के कैप्सूल कोर्सेज, बेसिकली 2 तरह के कैप्सूल कोर्सेज हैं जिसको कि हम इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, एंड दे ऑल आर पेड कैप्सूल कोर्सेज। सो बीच बीच में मैं आपको शेयर भी कर रहा था बेसिकली कि क्या है वो, कैसे आप उसको कर सकते हैं। बट स्टिल मैं चाहूँगा कि आपको मैं डिटेल में बताऊं कि अगर आप चाहें तो कैसे ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं और उस चीज़ को कैसे आप परस्यू कर सकते हैं आगे। द इम्पैक्ट लैंग्वेज एकेडमी बेसिकली नाम है इसका, और इसमें 2 तरह के कोर्सेज हैं बेसिकली, और ये स्पेशली जो है फ्रेंच सुपर स्पेलर लेवल 1 एग्जामिनेशन और लेवल 2 एग्जामिनेशंस को ध्यान में रखते हुए ये हमने जो भी उनसे डिस्कशन की है उसके बाद ये चर्न आउट होने के बाद फाइनल कंक्लूसिव रिमार्क है हमारी तरफ से, और उनको गाइडलाइंस दिया गया है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग उन्होंने अपना फाइनल जो उसकी रूपरेखा है वो दिया है हमें। बेसिक मॉड्यूल जो है वो लेवल 1 एग्जाम के लिए होगा, और इस बेसिक मॉड्यूल में नंबर ऑफ क्लासेस जो होंगे 6 होंगे फॉर ईच ग्रुप, और इसके लिए कोर्स फी जो रखा गया है फॉर स्कूल्स लोकेटेड आउटसाइड इंडिया इट्स 60 यूएसडी, या फिर उसको आप इक्विवेलेंट आईएनआर में कन्वर्ट करके आप उसको इस कोर्स को बाय कर सकते हैं और आप उसको कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं। और वही इंडियन स्कूल्स के लिए इट्स INR 2500 ओनली। तो ये है बेसिक मॉड्यूल जिसमें लेवल 1 के लिए 1 वीक का कोर्स ये रखा गया है, जो कि 12th of July मीन्स द लास्ट डेट टू रजिस्टर फॉर सुपर स्पेलर स्पेलिंग कॉम्पिटिशन के लिए है। उसके बाद हम देख रहे होंगे एडवांस्ड मॉड्यूल। एडवांस मॉड्यूल में बेसिकली क्या है कि ये पर्टिकुलरली फोकस्ड होगा लेवल 2 के एग्जाम के लिए, जिसमें कि 15 सेशन होंगे इसके, और इसके लिए जो कोर्स फी रखा गया है, जो कोर्स फी बेसिकली इन्होंने जो द इम्पैक्ट एकेडमी का कोर्स फी ज़्यादा था, लेकिन हमारे रिकमेंडेशन पे और हमारे रिक्वेस्ट पे, बिकॉज हम सबसे ही कम और लोएस्ट प्राइस में हम चाहते हैं कि बच्चों तक एजुकेशन पहुंचे, क्योंकि एजुकेशन बहुत ज़रूरी है। तो 15 जो क्लासेस हैं एडवांस मॉड्यूल की लेवल 2 एग्जामिनेशन के लिए पर्टिकुलरली 180 USD फॉर स्कूल्स लोकेटेड आउटसाइड इंडिया, एंड इट्स 7500 कोर्स फी है इंडियन स्कूल्स के लिए, इंडियन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए। इसके लिए देखिए उन्होंने एक चीज और हमें एड ऑन दिया कि द एप्रिसिएशन सर्टिफिकेट फ्रॉम द इम्पैक्ट लैंग्वेज एकेडमी इन एसोसिएशन विद होप फाउंडेशन विल बी प्रोवाइडेड टू एवरी पार्टिसिपेंट एट द एंड ऑफ द बोथ मॉड्यूल्स। दोनों ही मॉड्यूल्स के पूरा होने के बाद एक ज्वाइंट सर्टिफिकेट, ज्वाइंट एप्रिसिएशन सर्टिफिकेट जो है वो देंगे आपको, और उनकी तरफ से होगा ये। बट इसमें एक चीज, एक लिमिटेशन है हमारे साथ कि हम उनको ज्यादा टाइम रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए नहीं दे पाए। उन्होंने 4 डेज की मांग की थी, बट स्टिल हमने उनको 2 डेज में कन्फाइन किया हुआ है, क्योंकि 12 से हमें क्लासेस शुरू करानी थी, क्योंकि बहुत ही रिक्वेस्ट आ रही थी, और उससे कहीं ना कहीं एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जल्दी में तो नहीं था। बट ये सिर्फ फेज 2 के लिए है। मैं बताना ये भी चाहूंगा, क्लैरिफाई करना चाहूंगा कि ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ फेज 2 में जिन कंट्रीज में ऑर्गेनाइज हो रहा है उन्हीं के लिए है। सिर्फ फेज 1 के लिए जो डिमांड्स आई थी उसको हम पूरा नहीं कर पाए हैं, और उसके लिए मैं माफी भी चाहूंगा, क्योंकि फेज 1 का एग्जाम जो है 15 जुलाई से है, सो डेफिनेटली हम उसमें नहीं कर पाए। तो ये जो है आपको रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए जो डेट मिल रहा है वो 10 जुलाई और 11 जुलाई सिर्फ मिल रहा है, और क्लासेस का जो रेगुलर टाइमिंग है वो 6 to 7 PM IST होगा, एज पर इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड टाइम, 6 to 7 in the evening. उसके बाद आप देख सकते हैं कि रजिस्ट्रेशन कैसे होगा। डेफिनेटली जिस तरह के क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, आई हैड डाउट, आई थिंक जो भी नाम होगा इनका HSJS, आई हैड डाउट हाउ टू पे दिस फीस फॉर कोर्सेज। एग्जैक्टली सर, इसमें आप लिंक जब ओपन करेंगे, आप जो नीचे दिया हुआ है इस वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में या कमेंट बॉक्स में भी इसको पेस्ट करवाया जाएगा और हर जगह अवेलेबल रहेगा। और उसके बाद भी नहीं मिलता है आपको, सो यू कैन मेल एट hopefoundation35@gmail.com। आपको द इम्पैक्ट लैंग्वेज एकेडमी से डायरेक्टली डील नहीं करना है, क्योंकि हमने वो अथॉरिटी उनको नहीं दी है, वो अथॉरिटी हमारे पास है। क्योंकि बहुत सारा सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न है, बहुत सारा सिक्योरिटी रीजन है। जब आप पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म पे जाते हैं और वो भी डिजिटल, उसमें नए नाम को लेकर, नए ईमेल आईडी को लेकर बहुत सारे कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट हो जाते हैं। इसलिए हमने उनको ये अथॉरिटी नहीं दी है। सिर्फ और सिर्फ क्लासेस जो है हम ही ऑर्गेनाइज करेंगे, कनेक्ट करेंगे और वो क्लासेस लेंगे, और बाकी सारा एज पर द प्रॉमिस हियर हम उसको आगे बढ़ाएंगे। तो लिंक ओपन करेंगे आप, मैं बता रहा था कि कैसे आप रजिस्टर करेंगे। लिंक ओपन करेंगे यार आप। लिंक ओपन करने के बाद जो बेसिक डिटेल्स ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स हैं, लाइक नेम ऑफ द स्टूडेंट, क्लास ऑफ द स्टूडेंट, स्कूल ऑफ द स्टूडेंट, registered email ID with us for the super spelling bee competition. That is very necessary, and you should also keep in mind that every information should be strictly as per the registered one. तो जो भी रजिस्ट्रेशन है आपका उसके अकॉर्डिंग ही होना चाहिए, तो हमें आइडेंटिफाई करने में दिक्कत नहीं आएगी। अदरवाइज में भी बहुत सारे रीजन हो सकते हैं कि रिजल्ट पेंडिंग हो जाए, इस तरीके से हम आपसे प्रॉपरली उस समय में क्लास के टाइम में आपसे कनेक्ट ना कर पाए, आपको इन्फॉर्म ना कर पाए, कुछ जरूरी इन्फॉर्मेशन हो तो। इसलिए प्लीज आप उसको स्ट्रिक्टली एज पर द रजिस्ट्रेशन फॉर्म ही रखें। तो ये लिंक जो है आपको यहाँ मिल रहा है, ये लिंक अभी व्हाट्सएप स्टेटस पे भी डलवाया जाएगा अभी, जो कि अवेलेबल होगा फ्रेंच के लिए सिर्फ। तो ये आपके पास 3 जगह हो गया, और कल से ये वेबसाइट पे भी रहेगा, क्योंकि कल ही डेट है इसका। कल बिफोर 12 o'clock इट विल बी अपलोडेड टू आवर वेबसाइट एट न्यूज एंड अपडेट सेक्शन। तो आप वहां पे भी जाके इस लिंक को ओपन करके और फिल कर सकते हैं। अब बात आती है पेमेंट की। रजिस्ट्रेशन फी कैसे पे करेंगे आप? रजिस्ट्रेशन फी के लिए वहां पे रिक्वायर्ड डिटेल्स गिवन है, जितने भी यूपीआई एड्रेस जो रजिस्ट्रेशन में दिए गए थे along with अकाउंट ऑफ होप फाउंडेशन, वो डिटेल गिवन है। वहां से आप पेमेंट करके और स्क्रीनशॉट जो है वो सक्सेसफुल पेमेंट का आप अटैच कर सकते हैं उस फॉर्म के साथ। एंड डेफिनेटली आफ्टर दैट इट्स आवर वर्क टू कांटेक्ट यू, एंड जो कुछ भी उसके बाद की फॉर्मेलिटी है वो हमारी होगी। ये हमारी तरफ से है। और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि होप फाउंडेशन या उसकी टीम की तरफ से कोई भी मैंडेटरी एस्पेक्ट नहीं है। ये आप चुन सकते हैं, आप नहीं भी चुन सकते हैं, उससे जो है कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है आपके एग्जामिनेशन के शेड्यूल पे। सो डेफिनेटली आप उसके लिए फ्री हैं, आप उसको ऑप्ट कर सकते हैं या नहीं भी कर सकते हैं। सो इट्स टोटली अप टू यू। और बाकी इट्स अप टू यू। अगर आप जनता मैम, अगर आप बात करना चाहती हैं तो बात कर सकती हैं, अदरवाइज दिस ये हमारी तरफ से आज के लिए बस इतना ही हमारी तरफ से।
Okay, thank you so much, sir. And at the end, I would like to say merci beaucoup to all my students to listen to me patiently. And of course, thank you so much. Merci mille fois to ask the questions, whoever has asked me. And hope to see you. And if you have any query, please be in touch with the Hope Foundation people in form of mail or something else. And this with I just would like to wish you bon nuit, sweet dreams. So thank you so much. Over to you, sir. Well. Okay, sir. So we just would like to put an end to the meeting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, yes, डांसिंग क्वींस नाम से कोई किसी की भी रजिस्टर्ड आईडी है, उन्होंने कहा है कि क्या आप रजिस्टर करने वाले लिंक सेंड कर सकते हैं। डेफिनेटली अभी जस्ट वीडियो अपलोड के बाद आपको कमेंट बॉक्स में इसका लिंक मिल जाएगा। मैं इसको करवा देता हूँ आज ही। और उसके बाद कल सुबह से तो ये अवेलेबल रहेगा ही रहेगा।
Available hoga. And I hope, I'm sorry to
वेबसाइट
interrupt
पे
you, sir. I hope we are also going, I mean, the Team Hope Foundation is also going to mail this particular information along with the registration link to all their respective email IDs, though that what we got in the registration forms itself. I hope,
yeah,
and it will be uploaded on the website also. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Over. Bonne nuit.
बाय, नमस्कार।